Binary chemical weapons. For offerings.
Now this is an excerpt from Chapter 2 of Eleanor McBean, who was a PhD, her swine flu expose, entitled The Flu 1918 and Now. This is a picture of the 1918 Spanish flu that killed millions. She says in this excerpt, "I was an on-the-spot observer of the 1918 influenza epidemic. All the doctors and people who were living at the time of the 1918 Spanish influenza epidemic said it was the most terrible disease the world had ever had. Strong men, hale and hearty one day, would be dead the next. The disease had the characteristics of the Black Death, added to typhoid, diphtheria, pneumonia, smallpox, paralysis, and all the other diseases the people had been vaccinated with immediately following World War I. Practically the entire population had been injected or seeded with a dozen or more diseases or toxic serums. When all those doctor-made diseases started breaking out, all at once it was tragic." She goes on to say, "That pandemic dragged on for 2 years, kept alive with the addition of more poison drugs administered by the doctors who tried to suppress the symptoms. As far as I could find out, the flu only hit the vaccinated. Those who had refused the shots escaped the flu. My family had refused all the vaccinations, so we remained well all the time." So the rest is history. 50 million people died worldwide, and that's probably a very conservative estimate. So the evidence strongly suggests the Spanish flu of 19 was actually created and then spread through vaccinations. But the panic-stricken public demanded a vaccination, not realizing that that was the way in which the disease was spreading. Will history repeat itself?
I don't need another flu shot. I had a flu shot last year. A swine flu epidemic may be coming.
Swine flu shot? Well, I don't know. I've been thinking about it.
It could make you very sick.
Swine flu? Man, I'm too fast to let it catch me.
You'll want to be protected.
I'm the healthiest 55-year-old you've ever seen. Hey, I play golf every weekend.
Get a shot of protection. The swine flu shot.
The Book of Revelation warns of an age of destruction, where planet Earth will be writhing in pain like a mother giving birth. The Book of Revelation prophesies the birth of the Antichrist, who will emerge to wield great political power across the planet. The plan of the Antichrist is very simple: famine, plague, war, total annihilation of all living creatures. This will be done, apparently, by mass killings of children around the world. Famine, pestilence, plague, and war will be used to kill thousands of children each day. In actual fact, before our very eyes, every day 26,000 children die from starvation and preventable diseases such as the common cold.
Some console themselves with the thought, at any rate we will have our fellow men with us in hell, and no lack of them either. Beware how you delude yourselves with this false comfort. Every lost soul would far rather be alone in hell, were the option given him. And since on earth it is very terrible to be forced to live with an enemy, who does one all manner of harm, so it is no small affliction to be continually with thousands of people, all of whom they hate and detest from the bottom of their heart. Even thy father and mother, thy wife and children, thy brothers and sisters, thy friends and relatives, would then be thy declared enemies, and instead of showing thee any gratitude, would only seek to injure thee.
Then it will be depart, 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 depart. And the door was shut. And then it's all over. No hope. No hope. Eternity. Eternity will multiply your sufferings. No matter how great the pain, the thing that will constantly fill your mind is, it's forever. You'll wish to be annihilated. You'll wish to not exist anymore.
I can see a few strong angels take each one of them by the arms and grab them and cast them into the lake of fire for all eternity. That one little break is over. That one little reprieve that they had from the flames and torment of hell, it's over. And now they know it's forever because God has just explained to them from the Bible that it's forever. And there they're going to languish forevermore. Look down at your Bible. It says, they were judged every man according to their works. Every wicked work, every ungodly thing that was said out of their mouth.
In eternity, there is no hope. The souls in heaven do not need hope because they have God Himself. The souls in hell shall have no hope. There shall not be hope. They shall rise unto reproach to see it always, says the book of Daniel chapter 9. They shall rise unto reproach and see it always. There shall be no diminishing of the reproach. There shall be no ending of the reproach. And all those things that happen in our lives, all those things we